For more than a decade, Tyler G. Muto has dedicated his life to helping others conquer stress, frustration, and anxiety, regardless of their species. As the owner and training director of Canine Connection Training, Daycare, and Grooming Incorporated, he has provided services to families and community members through his unique gift for coaching, handling, and modifying the behaviors of dogs since 2007. Born and raised in Rochester, New York, Mr. Muto's parents were professional artists whose ability to do what they loved for a living had a major influence on him. They often encouraged him to avoid the beaten path in favor of following his dreams. Throughout his youth, he was an altruist with an affinity for helping people and taking care of the many dogs he grew up with. He was the one the dogs slept with at night. He took them out for their walks, and when it came time for college, he would often take the family dog for the weekend prior to adopting a dog of his own. As a student at SUNY Geneseo, Mr. Muto majored in philosophy with the intention of eventually pursuing his PhD to become a professor. However, upon graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in the subject in 2006, he realized he could connect his passions and serve others through the vehicle of working with their canines. He found that dog training was so much more than the command to sit and stay, and there was a real need for dog trainers to help with behavioral problems in people's pets. Generally, trainers are called upon because the dogs and their owners have been under a great deal of strain and distress, so he decided to make it his mission to improve the quality of life for all involved. For Mr. Muto, doing this type of work for a living was a no-brainer, so he applied his love of learning and began a path of rigorous self-education. Soon after graduating, Mr. Muto completed an apprenticeship, as well as several dog training certifications, and eventually opened his business. He currently coaches a staff of 11, including a team of 5 dog trainers and behavior specialists. In addition to overseeing the general operations of the company, his responsibilities include developing new and cutting-edge strategies for modifying problem behavior for dogs, as well as coaching the team of trainers and specialists to ensure consistency and development. What sets the group apart from others, he says, is that he and his staff spend a great deal of time listening to both the humans and the dogs, and always seek to reduce the conflict between the two. They focus on creating a better level of communication and respect, not just to ensure that the dog can listen to the owner, but most importantly, that the owner can listen to the dog and learn to see the world from the dog's perspective. The company specializes in rehabilitating dogs that have behavioral problems, many of whom are either aggressive or fearful and have already been to multiple other trainers. In 2011, in the midst of trying to expand, Mr. Muto discovered a dilapidated building in a rundown part of Buffalo, which he restored and turned into his current training center over the course of a few years. Since the resurrection of the building and its booming business, the rest of the neighborhood started to come alive, he said. In fact, a local veterinarian he knew bought a vacant building across the street from him, partly because she saw what he had done and saw the benefit of being in this particular area. Mr. Muto has been recognized as one of the top innovators and educators in the field. He frequently leads workshops and speaks at conferences around the world, coaching professionals and budding trainers to help elevate the quality of training provided on an industry level. He has lent his expertise to shelter and rescue dog facilities as well, running instructional programs for volunteers. Since 2018, he has served as the owner and producer of an online, video-based training community called Consider the Dog, in which he, along with other dog training professionals, provide instructional videos and mentorship on dog training and behavior for dog owners worldwide. Additionally, he has uploaded more than 100 such videos to YouTube, which have received worldwide acclaim. In recognition of his business savvy and productivity in the field, Mr. Muto received a Young Entrepreneur Award from the Buffalo chapter of the Small Business Association in 2012 and the President's Award from the International Association of Canine Professionals in 2014. For 6 years, he sat on the board of directors of the International Association of Canine Professionals, of which he has also been a president and vice president. Happily married with 2 young children, Mr. Muto has found it extremely rewarding to have a business that is stable and organized enough that allows him to spend a significant amount of time with his family. Everything he does is with them in mind and to make sure they have the best life possible. Looking toward the future, he would like to focus more on influencing the dog training industry as a whole while also getting to see his children grow up. Mr. Muto hopes to be seen by his clients as someone who played a supportive role in improving their lives and their dogs' lives.